Hello there, everyone. I'm Greg Sadler, and I would like to invite you to year 11 of the monthly series Worlds of Speculative Fiction. Now, if you're like most people who have been seeing my videos, you think of me primarily as a philosophy guy. Actually, as that philosophy guy is how I've got the channel branded, but there's some other things that I've got some long-standing interests in, and one of them is indeed my guilty pleasure reading, and sometimes going beyond that, speculative fiction. And so for 10 years, we're just finishing up the 10th year of the series, I have been giving monthly talks, either in person at the Brookfield Public Library or once COVID started and afterwards here in YouTube using the resources of the internet about great authors and series in speculative fiction. So, we focus typically where there's some sort of world building, a narrative universe that's shared across an author's stories, whether they're short stories, novellas, or novels, and we explore it. We also talk about sometimes the biography of the author. We talk about key philosophical themes, which might be metaphysical, epistemological, aesthetic, political, ethical, all sorts of other cool stuff. Philosophy of language often comes in as well. And so, like I said, we've been doing this for 10 years. And we didn't manage to get every single month, but we're getting close to episode 100 of Worlds of Speculative Fiction. So I wanted to put it on your radar just in case you weren't aware of it. A lot of people are and will watch these videos as they come out and circulate them around. Some people look forward to them. What I do each month, and what I've been doing since essentially 2020 with the COVID pandemic and everything going online, is I will each month upload a video anywhere from 90 to 120 minutes long, shot generally here in front of my books, where I am talking about the author, the series, the world-building philosophical themes, and maybe a few other things as well. We do a video premiere, and I'm there for the premiere doing live chat with anybody who's watching. We have some conversation there, and then typically we'll have a little bit of a 5-minute break, and then we jump into a Zoom session so that people who want to continue the conversation can do so. We've got some regulars who've been coming to these things for years and years and years, and there's always some new people arriving as well. So you're invited. If you have particular authors, series that you're real interested in, you can always find out when these are going to be happening in a couple different ways. The best way to do it is to enroll in the free online class, Worlds of Speculative Fiction. The link to it is below in the video description. It's in my Study with Sadler Academy. It's totally free. All the videos that I've shot so far are available there, along with other resources that you might find interesting or useful, having to do with these many, many different series that we've gone through. You can also follow me in social media. I put these out as events in my Facebook. I post about them in Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Mastodon. And of course, every month I talk about when I'll be doing the next Worlds of Speculative Fiction in my monthly update video. So you can also go to the Reason.io, that's my business, events calendar. It's reasonio.com, and you can easily find out all the cool stuff that I've got going on. Usually we're doing the second or third Saturday of any given month at noon Central Time. So, there may be some changes depending on things that are happening in my life, or, based on me offering one-day seminars on stuff. But that's usually when you're going to find it. So I'm going to tell you about who we've got coming up this year. I'm pretty excited about this. Every year I pick out 9 sessions, what we're going to do. And I leave 3 up to those of you who like to give suggestions and then vote about those suggestions. We got 3 good ones lined up for this year, as we usually do. I often discover a lot of cool series through people like you telling me about them and getting me to read them. And we're going to begin 2026 with 2 sessions in January and February, wrapping up a series that we have done 3 years in a row, looking at 2 big, thick novels from this particular series. Those of you who have been following along, I think you probably know which one we're talking about. It's a 10-book series, Malazan, Book of the Fallen. So January, we are going to do Reaper's Gale and Toll the Hounds. That's books 7 and 8 in the series. Then February, we're going to be doing Dust of Dreams and The Crippled God. So we're going to finish up with Stephen Erickson's massive fantasy universe. It's actually become one of my favorites. I have to, by the way, give a shout out to Jimmy Nuts and his Fantasy Network channel. He's the one who really pushed hard for me to do Stephen Erickson's Malazan, Book of the Fallen, and I owe him great gratitude for that. In March, that'll be episode 100. We're going to do something special. I haven't yet decided what it's going to be. If you've got suggestions for something you think might be a cool online event for us to do, you can leave them in the comments and I will consider them. But I'll figure something out by, February, and I'll give you more details about that. It's going to be kind of a big deal, reaching 100 episodes of this series. Then in April, we're returning to another series that I've done 2 years in a row, Jim Butcher's Dresden Files. We'll be doing 4 more of his books, White Knight, Small Favor, Turncoat, and Changes. So that's books 9 through 12 of that series. In May, we're going to veer away from fantasy, and we're going to look at Robert Bloch's early Lovecraftian tales. You might know him as the guy who did Psycho and a lot of other horror stuff. He had a big involvement in the Lovecraftian mythos, the Yog-Sothoth, the whole cycle of people around and circle of people around Lovecraft. And so we're going to look at the short stories that are included in the opener of The Way, Pleasant Dreams, Nightmares, and Mysteries of the Worm. Then in June, we're going to do another fan favorite that was carried over from last year. We didn't quite get to it. Mary Doria Russell's Sparrow series, The Sparrow and Children of God. These have been highly recommended, so I think that'll be quite interesting. Then July, we're doing some more epic fantasy. Neil Hancock's The Circle of Light series, which I read as a teenager. Really liked then. I want to revisit it, see if it's still as good. So we'll be reading Greyfax Grimwald, Farragon Faringay, Calixte, and Squaring the Circle. In August, I know a lot of you like Terry Pratchett. We've already done 3 episodes devoted to Discworld. We looked at the Rincewind books, we looked at the Death books, and then we recently looked at the Witches books. Now we're going to do the City Guard. And this is going to be kind of ambitious because there are 8 novels in that sequence. I'm going to try to do all of them. I mean, I've got till August to read them, so I think that's quite feasible. So we're going to do Guards, Men-at-Arms, Feet of Clay, Jingo, The Fifth Elephant, Night Watch, Thud, and Snuff. In September, we're going to return to a favorite of mine from childhood onward, and, we'll see whether it still measures up. Lloyd Alexander's The Chronicles of Prydain. So we'll look at the Book of Three, The Black Cauldron, The Castle of Lear, Taran Wanderer, and The High King, which, by the way, is the one I read first, the 5th novel. And then we'll also look at the short stories, including in The Foundling and Other Tales of Prydain. Then we come to the ones that all of you, if you voted, picked out this year. So October, William Burroughs' Nova trilogy, The Soft Machine, The Ticket That Exploded, and Nova Express. In November, Yoshiki Tanaka's Legend of the Galactic Heroes. We're going to do the first 3 books in that series, so Dawn, Ambition, and Endurance. And we will wrap up the year looking at Alastair Reynolds' Revelation Space series, which just narrowly beat out C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia, which people were pushing for at the last minute. But Reynolds won, so we're going to do Revelation Space, Redemption Arc, Absolution Gap, and Inhibitor Phase. So that's the itinerary we're going to be pursuing over the next year. I hope that you can join me on this. And again, if you want to stay on top of this, the best way to do that is to join the free class. It's got all those cool resources, access to all of the earlier video recordings organized, and I'll be adding some other cool things in there over the year. But every month I use that particular class to send out information about what we're doing. So hope that, if you're into speculative fiction, fantasy, sci-fi, horror, alternate history, all the other things that it includes, like weirdo William Burroughs, then maybe you'll join in on these and, check out the older ones as well. And if you got any interesting suggestions for what we might consider doing for episode 100, go ahead and let me know what you think. I'd be happy to entertain any good ideas, and I often get quite a few from people who provide comments. So I'm pretty excited about this year ahead. Maybe some of you are as well, and that is where we're going to end it, with an open invitation for you to join me every single month in Worlds of Speculative Fiction.